I come from like a place where you have to be ready. Don't get ready, you gotta be ready, right? I would layer things around me to prepare for different type of situations.
I got calls that he was in the airport, right?
Okay.
I mean,
All right.
imagine that
All
shit,
right, I
right?
like that.
I would know when you land. He was in a Ritz-Carlton, from what I hear. And it didn't go well for him because he didn't do.
Been coming to LA since 204, 205, and like they ain't never check in to nobody.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Just go to their hotel and move militant.
The Prince family has once again found its way back into the spotlight. And as expected, the conversation circles around the same deeply rooted check-in culture long associated with J. Prince. For years, his name has carried significant weight in the industry, earning him a reputation that stretches far beyond Houston. Often referred to by some as the Big U of Houston, J. Prince has built an image of authority and influence that few in the entertainment world dare to challenge. Over the decades, the Prince family hasn't just participated in Houston's entertainment scene, they've shaped it. Their presence has been felt across music, business, and street culture, creating a system where respect, hierarchy, and acknowledgement play a central role. To many observers, it's less of a loose network and more of a tightly controlled ecosystem, one that has operated with a firm hand and a clear set of unwritten rules. Whether admired for their business acumen or criticized for the power dynamics they represent, one thing remains undeniable. The Prince family's influence is deeply embedded in Houston's entertainment landscape. And every time their name resurfaces, it reignites conversations about power, control, and the culture that has followed them for decades.
So why did got to check in, Mr. Prince? Mob ties?
I agree.
Nah, homie, take them restrictions and protocols off any. We don't owe y'all nothing.
That Tuesday, everything changed when he faced 50 Cent. Rather than step down, 50 chose his usual move. Smirking, he mocked J. Prince without pause. Dive right in now. During the 80s, J. Prince shaped a legacy that mattered deeply across Southern soil. Out of Houston came Rapé-like records. For a stretch, stepping into Southern hip-hop Texas specifically meant crossing its trail. One thing led to another, now we're circling back near Rapé lot somehow. Think of the lineup, names such as Bun B floated through, Pimp C built verses there, Zero carved space, even Juvenile showed up once or twice. Power moved through those halls. Years rolled by though. Jump ahead past 2000, slide into later decades. The spark had dimmed, that old force gone quiet. Slowing came the hits, then the new big names dried up while attention drifted away. Not that Rapé lot altogether. Vanished, though next to its past self, the heat definitely dropped. When that shift came, curiosity followed. With the spark fading, eyes turned to the flow. Where does the cash actually land now? Whispers grew heavier each time someone asked. Word on the street passed along in hushed tones, points to one thing: extortion. Over time, rumors have piled up like old paper. What surfaces again and again isn't new. Artists stepping into the scene found themselves caught. A pattern ran quietly beneath the surface. This setup didn't appear overnight. It held firm, fed by silence. Names get mentioned when nobody's recording. The process played out behind closed doors. Out in Houston, folks heading there usually check in less because they want to show respect, more because things push them toward it. Talking now, J. Prince admitted straight up that he's part of that culture. He says he pushed the concept way before cops brought RIFO charges into rap circles. First time the phrase checking in hit my ears. It came tied to Houston, nothing else. True, I need to own up here. His way of seeing it. It comes down to being respected. Rules matter, especially when navigating dealings in specific places. Yet perspective shifts based on whom you talk to. For some, it feels like pressure, not partnership. Over time, tailies have built up around such moments. Among those named, most often stands Jay-Z back then. Tension ran high between the two, J. Prince says. Somehow, word always reached him just as Jay-Z touched down in Houston. Calls came through, he's at the airport, they'd say. See what I'm saying? Hear how it happened. Think about this one moment, picture it clearly. Timing matters more than you guess. That signal arrives the second your feet touch ground. Word is Jay-Z skipped the sign-in step. Trouble followed close behind. Word is he ended up in a fancy casket. Yeah, things took a bad turn, since he skipped the proper steps. Right. Not everyone sticks to the script. That's when 50 Cent shows up. Pressure. He's the guy who never cracks. Late 2010s, give or take. Rumors began spreading during 50 Cent's trip to Houston for work and a public appearance. Some thought he'd make a quiet visit too. Only that wasn't his move this time. Word has it, he chose sarcasm instead. A post said to be deleted later carried words like, "I do not check in, I fly." Short, sharp, loud enough on its own, yet more followed under the surface. Subtle jabs aimed at J. Prince and those around him slipped out, layer by layer. Not loud shouts, just steady pokes disguised as jokes. Yet everything shifted when nothing came back. Silence filled the space where words should have been. For J. Prince, known to speak up without delay, this quiet moment felt unusual. Folks paid attention, since brushing off comments isn't his usual way, particularly not from someone as bold and always seen as 50 Cent. From a different lane, Tony Yayo stepped in with added weight. His point: G-Unit never needed permission to move through any city, be it LA, Houston, or wherever they go. Movement follows their own rhythm, yet always with sharp awareness. His take: safety comes from self-reliance, never trusting local names to watch your back. This is G-Unit territory, a history soaked in conflict. Fine then, shifting tactics became necessary. Walking straight into a shopping center wearing flashy pieces, stepping in like that, no way around it, requires a tougher approach, man. True enough. Fits perfectly with what folks understand of 50 Cent. That protection detail: never pretend. Whack 100 once told something about attempting to. Things took a turn when 50 caught him by surprise, swiftly making it clear the plan wouldn't work. Back then, Whack 100 handled the game's career, pulling him straight into the conflict. Instead of backing down, he chose to face 50 at his Los Angeles hotel, feeling confident about how it would play out. Reality hit hard once the meeting unfolded nothing like imagined. It started out simple. Someone told Whack 100 where 50 was hanging, SLS Hotel, a quiet spot near the lobby bar. Feeling sure of himself, he walked in. He showed up with his team, figured it'd just be a straight chat. The second they stepped inside, the vibe turned cold. You actually caught 50 Cent off guard once. Thought we had him then. Yeah, for real that time. Then things changed once we stepped inside. The lobby told the story fast. 50 had company. Not just any backup, this group stood tight around him, military precise. According to Whack, these were next-tier guards, alert, moving with purpose, eyes locked on every angle. Ready hands, formation locked. Clearly, 50 wasn't taken off guard. Up there, we arrived only to spot Navy SEALs moving beside him. One pair each way. 6 firearms total, fastened to thighs. Sidearms present, semi-automatics visible, extra rounds packed. That moment I said, yeah, he ain't slipping, pointed to something deeper. Not just strength mattered back then. Smarts played a big role. People around him probably watched closely. They would have sent warnings when needed. Whack 100's moves were known ahead of time, which allowed someone else to prepare an opposite move instead. Though he claimed otherwise, even Whack said it seemed planned by 50 from the start, more about warning than winning. Supposedly meant to force cooperation, yet things unfolded unevenly at best. Still, hesitation wasn't limited to just 50 Cent when facing J. Prince's behavior. YoungBoy's name pops up too whenever this topic gets mentioned. That break-in at his Houston home happened back in June of 2020, some strangers forcing their way inside. Yet things took an odd turn after. It wasn't just a chance burglary. The person had clear knowledge, moving without hesitation through the rooms. House details weren't guessed, they were known in advance. Car keys, taken directly from their spot, no searching. Every move fit like part of a plan already rehearsed inside the mind. Even the tiny things didn't escape their notice, say, exactly where someone left a keepsake. What made it creepier? Every second played out on video. There they were on screen, walking room to room, speaking loud, showing off muscles like a job went perfectly. as if YoungBoy and YoungBoy snatched something without warning. Once the dust settled, what they actually stole wasn't much at all. YoungBoy says the only things gone were his cameraman's Gucci sandals and some loose money. The strange twist: those same individuals later reached out demanding 30 grand. Supposedly it was payment to give back the stuff they already took. Funny thing, YoungBoy had other plans, paying up, not happening. He went straight to Instagram, fired off a message, told them to show where they were. Then, out of nowhere, the thieves just vanished. Then, as calm returned, J. Prince appeared. Suddenly public, he claimed recovery of YoungBoy's stolen belongings. Not asked, yet they're presenting it as fixing what broke. A gesture wrapped in timing too sharp to ignore. Here's the thing, turns out I've got your keys, yeah, the ones for your Rolls Royce. Funny part, the McLaren too. Everything they grabbed, right there in my hand. Thing is, rather than quieting folks down, that move just lit more eyes on fire, for plenty who follow along. Not a rescue at all, more like an act, perhaps like things behind the scenes were already settled before anyone saw. YoungBoy doubted it too, spoke out later, clear and sharp. If J. Prince truly cared about helping, he could pick up the phone instead of posting online. Ended by telling him flatly to stay out of what doesn't belong to him. If you've got a message, there's lots of spots nearby where you might reach out. I won't be showing up. Plenty paths lead somewhere else instead. Reach out if you need to. Look, stay off the web, keep things quiet. I've got the situation covered when it comes to access. Return the money my way. Keys always included when buying the vehicle right from the start. Honestly, that reply felt off to most people listening. In response, J. Prince shot back fast, labeling YoungBoy foolish more than once during his open comment. Standing firm, he painted himself as a veteran, the kind who helped a newcomer out of goodwill. Assumed grace meant vulnerability, yet here stands proof, just immaturity masked by noise. Out of nowhere, he questioned loyalty while tossing shade at a selfish attitude. That guy's just full of himself. Then came the mention YoungBoy and his sibling once ran close to mob ties, linked straight to J. Prince Jr.'s crew. Meaning, clear enough. He used to stand with them, now acts untouched. Still, YoungBoy claims none of this began when things got stolen. It started long before everything blew up. Talking about J. Prince wasn't new for him. Back then, well before June 2020, YoungBoy came out saying the man tried pushing him around. Deal where musicians supposedly must report back or pay up to travel through specific towns, he saw clear coercion. Calling it what it was, extortion, he held nothing back. Then came the break-in at his home. Soon after, J. Prince showed up holding the missing things. That coincidence felt staged to many observers. Suddenly, separate events seemed linked, part of something wider unfolding behind the scenes. A kid stood his ground, didn't budge 1 inch. Others near him, they leaned in harder. Folks such as Whack 100 say so. Maybe someone tried to drag the NBA camp into mob ties world. Things did not turn out right though. It crashed hard instead of clicking. Could it be you pushed it forward just so they could twist it and hook the league deeper into those ties? He stressed loud and clear YoungBoy won't buckle when things get tight. He says YoungBoy pays no attention to your status. Fear isn't something that lands on him easily. Push too hard, then expect him to go the full distance. Ever since, that name has stuck around like a shadow. Look, this isn't some game anyone's running with that kid. Not even close. Deadly real, top shelf among everyone back then when I think about where NBA YoungBoy was headed. None of it fake, none of it staged. True story, he'll fall hard. Down he goes. Things took a darker turn by 2022. Not long after, Whack 100 suggested YoungBoy dealt with the robbery himself, maybe even fatally. A quiet rumor followed. Someone ended up dead because of it. He never confirmed anything about the incident involving NBA YoungBoy. Only rumors spread fast. That claim about a killing, unproven, yet folks treated it as fact without pause. Some listeners began matching lines in his music to the story, pulling meaning from tracks such as F the Industry Part 2 and random freestyles dropped online. This chatter connects back to ongoing tensions around the Prince name, particularly actions tied to J. Prince Jr. What emerged was less truth, more pattern repeating itself. Out of nowhere, things began taking shape near their circle. Some folks noticed what looks like a repeating trend. Rather than acting like a regular family unit, observers claim they shift together more like associates on an urban block. Heat been piling onto J. Prince Jr. lately. Many believe he shows up whenever trouble hits. Somehow they're right in the middle when everything spins sideways. Out of everything folks mentioned lately, two stand out: Takeoff and Duke the Jeweler. Almost like they followed the same script, those events unfolded. Each began quiet, then spun fast into chaos. Midnight scenes, games that shift into danger, moments where pressure grows until everything goes wrong. In each of these events, reports mention J. Prince Jr. being on site. Still, it's been stated clearly, the Prince family denies any role in those outcomes. Their involvement, they say, didn't shape what followed. People link me to the Duke the Jeweler incident since I attended parties with Lil Boosie and Polo G, and he showed up too. Standing there just beside him, not once had we spoken prior, hadn't the faintest clue about who he was, only found out he made jewelry later after he died. Most folks still doubt the story. For these listeners, proof isn't in one event but repeated signs. When trends emerge, conversations follow. Someone from Atlanta's early scene spoke up loud. He gave a clear note: quit the habit of posting check-ins. Landing in a new place, faces might smile but eyes won't match. He claims many so-called originals act close yet plan nothing. Artists should move with trusted guards, decide their path alone. Trusting others too much, that ends messy. Safety isn't their concern, according to his view. Real protection means hearing those who answer only to you. Start here instead of listening when someone says a ride's ready or they're watching your back. Lies spread fast in moments like these. This deception. It leads nowhere good. Think about Takeoff gone because of stupid drama. One thing led to another, yet it didn't need to unfold that way. Whack 100 has spoken up multiple times, warning rappers about Houston, urging caution around particular groups, particularly those tied to the Prince name, with emphasis on J. Prince Jr. Artists stepping into that city are told, avoid him at all costs. Behind the scenes, drama runs deep, almost like a script unfolding in silence. Now comes fresh chaos: gunfire linked to someone close to NBA YoungBoy, known as NBA Ben 10. Details floating around suggest he got caught in the crosshairs. A bullet fired during a clash where witnesses say J. Prince Jr. showed up afterward. Midnight neared on April 8, 2026, inside Confessions Restaurant and Lounge, Houston soil, tense air. Inside, voices rose past breaking point by 11:30. What sparked as shouting folded into shoving within seconds. From Detroit came a musician called All-Star Jr., who stated he stood encircled by several figures. Movement followed words. He got shoved backward without warning. Down on the pavement, things took a turn when one person reached for his necklace. Then came the gunfire. A gun appeared in All-Star Jr.'s hand. Bang after bang echoed through the space. Two bodies caught bullets mid-stride. The scene unfolded near an entrance where tension already hung thick between him and two others. That clash began over jewelry, fingers tugging at gold links. In those seconds, before shots split air, witnesses saw one man overwhelmed, struck repeatedly by multiple figures closing in fast. Free of his restraints, out comes a handgun. Shots tore into one target's chest several times, leaving him barely hanging on. That person might be NBA Ben 10, so say those who know him. Elsewhere in the chaos, gunfire found dead-end Ron 2, striking limbs like arms and thighs. Houston officers moved fast, getting both injured to medical care without delay. Two bodies caught fire that night. The name NBA Ben 10 floats around, whispered by kinfolk at the scene. One went to the hospital, the other two both still in critical shape. Right after it happened, video began appearing out there on the internet, and right away All-Star Jr. shared his version, not through whispers but straight up online, naming J. Prince Jr., clear as day. Pictures came with it, proof, he said, of why shots were fired. His claim, it was about staying safe when robbery loomed. Then come April 13th, more words arrived, standing firm, not backing off. A beat dropped. It carried the name-expensive wristwatch no filter used. Sound met image, both pointing fast toward that night's event. Clarity sharpened when details lined up too neatly to ignore. A nod turned into full sentences without saying them. Later on, Prince Jr. got mentioned as things unfolded. Water seeped through new gaps caused by gunfire while someone questioned which boats were involved. It stayed unclear. That moment sparked the first real wave of speculation. Talk spread about officials possibly digging further into what part Prince Jr. played. According to certain accounts, law enforcement was checking if he could have helped plan the botched jewelry theft, the very incident where All-Star Jr. ended up discharging his weapon. Word on the street says things were tense long before shots rang out. It started with whispers about Prince Jr. and All-Star Jr. quietly at odds over someone they both knew. Rumor has it the mother of All-Star Jr.'s child was linked to Prince Jr., which stirred up heat. That mix sparked trouble nobody saw coming. A big part of what went down ties back to Prince Jr. He played a key role when NBA Ben 10 got hit today, nearly didn't make it. He's been tangled with people nearby for some time now. A young man from Detroit known for rapping got tangled in stories about his child's mother. Tension grew slowly, then burst out when things turned violent that evening. As with past events linked to him, Prince Jr. said he wasn't involved in the incident. His words haven't changed one bit since then. Still, by now, most folks pay little mind to his statements. Right now, it isn't merely a single tale or even a couple more. Instead, pieces of time stack up, people feel them linked together, down where sidewalks stretch. Now speaking, eyes across the sector are fixed, pressure building fast on the Prince family.